Coming up, Emerson's debate team wins big on the international stage.
And an Emerson baseball player shares an inspiring story on how he overcame a near-death injury.
All that and much more this morning, Thursday, April 13th on Good Morning Emerson.
Good morning, Emerson. I'm Caroline REESE.
And I'm Drew Mitchell.
Drew, it is so gorgeous out today.
I
This
know.
is like my first walk over here where I did not wear a jacket.
Well, I want to wear shorts on the show, but
I don't think
people
you
are
can do
not
that.
fans. No. Well, let's get into some of today's stories. The Emerson debate team won big internationally as the team traveled all the way to Tokyo for the International Forensics Association's annual speech and debate tournament and conference. The trip was nearly 3 years in the making and took place over the spring break. Despite being one of the smallest organizations on campus, the team advanced a debater in every tournament they attended this season, ending the first semester with a team victory at Hofstra University, where the debaters won 20 out of 21 rounds. The COVID-19 pandemic had prevented the team from traveling internationally until this year and hopes to get the ball rolling for more trips in the upcoming years. The debate team will be recruiting debaters starting April 23rd.
And a current Emerson baseball player has a bigger story than you may think when you see him pitching on the mound. Alex Nissenberg is a right-handed pitcher from Teton Village, Wyoming, and during the fall of 2021, he suffered a brutal skiing accident that forced him to lose his first season as a Lion. After being airlifted to a hospital, Nissenberg faced life-threatening injuries, including a lost kidney, internal bleeding, a lacerated spleen, and while the Emerson Lions are battling their season on the field, Nissenberg was relearning how to walk. Now Nissenberg is back on the field with his team for the 2023 season and earned the save over Brandeis on March 26th, getting out of a jam with a 3-run lead and 2 runners on. His collegiate debut against Leslie was described as remarkable. Nissenberg is thankful that he can now play the sport he loves and says, quote me on this, "The new Mac is not ready."
Wow, Caroline, what an amazing story.
That is such an inspiring story and something that we think we can all get behind, you know, like recovering and getting back out and doing what we love after a setback.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, for some more sports news, we're going to head over to our sports correspondent, Claire, for the latest. What's up, Claire?
Good morning, Drew and Caroline. 2023 wide receiver draft prospect Michael Jefferson of the University of Louisiana Lafayette has been involved in a deadly car crash. According to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, the wide receiver crashed head-on into another car on a highway in Mobile, Alabama, and the other driver was pronounced dead on the scene. Jefferson's agent told ESPN that he is now recovering from multiple surgeries as a result of the crash. Last season, Jefferson had 51 receptions for 810 yards and 7 touchdowns. He was predicted to be a mid to late round draft pick at the draft later this month. And with a season like this, it isn't the first time that I've told you about the Boston Bruins breaking a record. Just add another one to the accolades because the Bruins have broke the NHL regular season points record. From the first puck drop of the season, Boston has scored 133 points. They beat the previous record by 1 point, which was held by the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens ended up winning that season, so this might just be some good mojo for the Bruins to end this season with a Stanley Cup. Let's continue talking of broken records because Shohei Ohtani has broken an LA Angels franchise record. The two-way stud set the new record after the Angels' 2-0 win over the Nationals on Tuesday. This win became Ohtani's 10th consecutive start where he allowed 2 runs or less. The record was previously held by Nolan Ryan, who tallied 9 consecutive starts in the 1972-73 season. Ohtani has been pitching every 6 days, so if this holds up to be true, we'll see him pitching this Monday at Fenway, Marathon Monday. Now we're going to head back to our hosts who are joined by some Emerson athletes to discuss queerness in athletics. Drew and Caroline.
Thanks, Claire. Today we are joined by Nico Pittman and Jarek Liu from the Emerson volleyball team. How are you guys today?
Doing very good.
Yeah, thanks so much for being on the show, guys.
Getting up early and doing the early morning thing.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Early morning wake up.
Yeah,
Right,
trust
right.
me, that alarm does not get easier no matter how much you do. Yes.
So let's talk. Let's dive into it. So You Can Play game happened. Talk about that. Talk about that experience, what that meant for you and the team.
Of course, yeah. So You Can Play is a game that we do almost every year. I think we've been doing it for 6 years now.
Wow.
And You Can Play is actually a nonprofit initiative that focuses on specifically LGBTQ plus inclusivity in the realm of sports. Their mission statement talks about not only athletes and locker rooms being a safe place for queer people to be athletes and in the environment and in the sports world, but also for spectators. So it's about changing the culture among the sports culture because it hasn't always been a safe place for queer people. Yeah.
Right. I think absolutely, and I think that's great that Emerson does have that and has that special devoted game just for that.
Yeah, and just making those safe spaces are so important in today's like ever-changing climate. Well, kind of going on to like today's climate, what do you think are some of the factors for I guess the disproportionately lower rates of LGBTQ plus athletes on the court, field, wherever it may be?
Yeah, so I think that it stems from a lot of things. I think sports are inherently gendered. I think that when we talk about the language of men and women's sports, that's already not inclusive as we can be for trans people, for non-binary people. And I think it's important to have these conversations about how can we make these environments more inclusive for people to feel welcomed, for people to actually participate, because sports is extremely important. I think there's a statistic from 2018 that You Can Play actually found or got, I don't know exactly how they got it, but 24% of LGBTQ plus youth are said that they played a sport while they were a kid or as a youth person, whereas the 68% of all youth say that they've played a sport. And I think when you're talking about a number that's that disproportionate, there has to be cultural things that are a barrier to letting queer people just feel comfortable in these spaces. And if we don't have these conversations in the sports realm, like how are we gonna actually change that culture? And we talked a lot about locker room culture and just like ways that we can make our team more inclusive. And I think that's really important.
Definitely.
Right. And speaking, to your team and volleyball, and has your team cultivated that atmosphere, do you feel like?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the team the longest. I'm a senior this year.
Okay.
And I think it's fair. I think it's pretty fair to say that Emerson as a whole is pretty LGBTQ plus inclusive. Although sports is, as Nico said, a bit of a separate issue. And I think men's volleyball, we were the ones who started the You Can Play initiative or started implementing a You Can Play game. So I think men's volleyball specifically, we've generally been pretty inclusive, or at least tried to be. So we're trying to spread this game out to other athletics as well. I know the women's volleyball team has You Can Play game, but we're looking to expand the initiative further than just a single sport.
Yeah. And we also actually this year, I think it's important to just not only do a game and talk. We've dressed up in rainbow, and it's important to show that awareness, but it's also important to have active conversations amongst yourself. Like this year we did a teach-in on the Thursday before our game, or before our You Can Play game, and we talked about LGBTQ plus terminology, and we taught people like I don't know if you've ever heard the genderbread person, but we actually gave our team the resources to actively have these conversations because Emerson is a very queer inclusive school, we're a very progressive school, but you don't know what you don't know. Mm-hmm. And I think that our team learned a lot just by opening up that environment to be a safe place where we can ask questions that we might be confused about and just learn more. And I think it was very good.
Yeah, I think we tried our best to make it like a comfortable learning environment so that people were allowed to ask questions that they might not necessarily feel comfortable asking in like a day-to-day life, but like that was the purpose of the session, was to like ask the questions and like learn what you, like Nico said, like if you don't know, you don't know. Like me personally, like we talked about a lot of things, including defining terms such as like demisexual or, talking about the gender spectrum, just trying to open up the conversation so that like you can have a conversation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is like so important.
Definitely. It is, and I'm sure that your team is probably going to spark now multiple teams to carry on that, and how important would that feel?
Just keeping that conversation going.
Exactly.
We hope
if
so.
you guys need my PowerPoint, I still have it. I'll send it to you.
We'll put his name or
Right.
the email down there. So, okay, season's been going well. How are you guys gearing up for the semifinals?
You
There,
can
you're there.
I'm excited.
So I think from my understanding, this is our first semifinals game in a decade.
Wow.
It's been a long time. So we played Emmanuel College on Tuesday.
Okay.
Very good. It was really competitive.
Swept them. They got
Okay.
swept.
Yep.
They're a great
Sorry.
program. They're a great program. They're a great program. They
just
fought
better.
hard.
But we're just better.
But I think we came to play. We
did.
studied film. We watched them. We know exactly where they're going to be in their defensive spots. And I think we've been working harder, and this team is like more tight than we've ever been. And
I agree. I think we
so
played the best we've played all year on Tuesday, our first playoff game, which is when you want to play your best game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome.
And tonight is actually our semifinals game against Wentworth in the
Wow.
1 seed. So it's going to be a very, very good game.
Big
Intense
night.
game. Yeah.
Yes.
And we're gonna upset them again.
Exactly.
All
exactly.
right.
Round 2. Let's go.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for being with us today. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay right there.
And when I arrive at my destination, I am gonna kill Bill.
Okay, cutting. Sorry, can we get some of this?
Where in God's name is the gaffer's tape?
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Casey, and we're the National Broadcasting Society.
Come out to some of our weekly workshops or work on some of our sets.
Explore the bigger picture with NBS.
We'll see you there.
All right, let's get another take. Camera, sound.
Welcome back. Drew, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what is it?
Have you ever considered getting married in a hot dog?
I can't say, maybe like a hamburger, but never a hot dog.
Well, Drew, now is your chance. On April 10th, the Oscar Mayer announced that through April 15th and 16th, its famous Wienermobile will transform into a chapel for couples to tie the knot in.
Oh my gosh.
It will be an all-expenses-paid wedding that the company is calling Wienermobile of Love. Oscar Mayer shared that 72% of couples report feeling stressed on their big day, so the brand is helping to provide unique and joyful celebrations of love, which include hot dogs. The package includes a wiener whistle quartet, a wonderfully odd wiener cake, and photo ops galore.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Well, those looking for a little dance action in the busy Boston scene did not have to go far, as Emerson Main Events hosted a decades-themed silent disco event in the SBC. The event was held March 31st, and participants were equipped with headphones that played music of all different genres, allowing users to control the station, song, and volume at which they were listening. If dancing wasn't really your scene, the org also provided free food and a karaoke room that became the biggest hit of the night. Emerson Main Events says they have another big event lined up for May, so stay tuned for that.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I love a good like disco.
And
silent
disco music
mode.
rocks.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be so fun.
And I just love the concept of like everyone listening to their own different music, but like still giving the vibes
right.
together.
Hanging out, yeah. No,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
Definitely.
Well, for some entertainment news, let's go to our entertainment correspondent, Katie Delaney. What is going on, Katie?
Hey guys, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is now in theaters and had a record-breaking box office opening. The film earned $377 million worldwide in its first 5 days, the biggest global box office opening of the year. The Super Mario Bros. Movie also broke the box office opening record for animated films, beating out Frozen 2. The movie follows Mario and Princess Peach as they go on a quest to find Luigi and save the world from Bowser. The movie features Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, Jack Black as Bowser, and many other stars. American Horror Story, a show known for its guest stars like Lady Gaga and Stevie Nicks, will be featuring 2 A-listers in its 12th season. It was announced on Monday that Kim Kardashian and Emma Roberts are joining the cast. American Horror Story co-creator Ryan Murphy said in a statement, quote, "Kim is among the biggest and brightest television stars in the world, and we are thrilled to welcome her to the AHS family," end quote. Season 12 of AHS is titled Delicate and is going to be based in part on Danielle Valentine's upcoming novel, Delicate Condition. The new season is set to come out this summer. And Coachella is only a few days away, so here's all you need to know ahead of the iconic music festival. The festival is taking place this weekend and next, with performances from Friday to Sunday. This year, Coachella has its most diverse set of headliners to date, including Bad Bunny, Blackpink, and Frank Ocean. Other performers include Gorillaz, Rosalia, Bjork, Calvin Harris, Boy Genius, and Charlie XCX. If you can't make it all the way to California for the festival, never fear. Coachella will be streaming all sets from each of the stages on its YouTube channel. That's all I have for this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Katie.
So I hear you're going to Coachella.
Oh, Caroline.
You actually just told us that you might have a ticket.
Yes, so I found out yesterday through the grapevine that there is a free Coachella ticket out there, and
it's
has,
up for your
my name.
grabs.
Yeah, and it has my name on it. So catch you this weekend potentially at Coachella.
Seeing Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean, Bad Bunny. Like, come on, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I feel like I have to take it.
I think you have to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, now we're going to hear from our political correspondent, Molly Doherty, for the latest on local and national politics. What's up, Molly?
Hey guys! In local news, Governor Healy is taking steps to protect abortion access in Massachusetts. The governor announced Monday that the Commonwealth is stockpiling over a year's worth of mifepristone, an FDA-approved abortion bill. At Healy's request, the University of Massachusetts Amherst has purchased 15,000 doses of the drug. The announcement comes amidst mifepristone lawsuits in states across the U.S. Last week, a federal judge in Texas called on the FDA to remove the drug's approval status. In her speech at the State House steps, Governor Healy reaffirmed Massachusetts residents that abortion will remain, quote, safe, legal, accessible, end quote, in Massachusetts. In national news, President Biden signed legislation to end the COVID-19 national emergency. On Monday, Biden signed a bipartisan congressional resolution to end the emergency after 3 years. The bill passed the Senate and the House with bipartisan support. The resolution comes just before the national emergency was scheduled to expire alongside the public health emergency. Former President Donald Trump declared COVID-19 a national emergency in March 2020. It gave the federal government the ability to implement steps to control the virus and support the economy. The president privately signed the legislation on Monday. Highly classified documents from the U.S. Pentagon have been leaked online in a recent security breach. Leaks include intelligence on the Russia-Ukraine war, specifically information about the Ukrainian military and which NATO countries have been deployed to the war zone. Intelligence on ally countries South Korea and Israel were also released. The documents reveal South Korea security officials feared ammunition sold to the U.S. would be given to Ukraine. The leaked documents have been circulating on social media within the past few weeks. The source of the leak is still unknown. The Departments of Justice and Defense have launched criminal investigations into the leak. That's all I have for politics this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Molly. We're going to head to a quick commercial break.
But don't go anywhere.
What's up? I'm Jamie Sanders, host of MTV Games, and welcome to my set. Where are the contestants? I lost the contestants. Where are the Oh, hey there. I'm Jamie Sanders, host of MTV Games. What am I doing in a ball pit? Hello? Hello? What am I doing in a ball pit? I'm all alone. Please watch the show.
For those of you who love a drink just as much as you love dogs, a new Boston hotspot is opening today. Park 9 Dog Bar is opening today in Everett. The location includes 10,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor space and even a 5,000 square foot of off-leash dog park area featuring a full bar of drinks to choose from. The bar posted on Instagram that their 2 full-service bars will serve cocktails and treats for both humans and dogs, and no dog is required for entry. It's the perfect place to be to unwind with some furry friends after a long day. And doggy daycare services will also be available Monday through Friday for those in need.
Well, the most recognizable boats in Boston will be back next week, signifying that spring has finally sprung in New England. That's right, the Swan boats are coming back to the public garden this weekend. The Boston Swan boats will be open for the 2023 season at the Boston Public Garden Lagoon on Saturday, April 15th at 10 a.m. The boats are open daily through September and are open on a weather-permitting basis. Tickets for a ride around the pond are purchased at the Swan Boat dock prior to boarding the boat. No advance reservation or ticket purchase is needed.
Oh, that is so fun.
I love
Boats are
spring.
out. This feels good.
Spring is here.
I
I am so excited. It was a long winter.
It was, but the sun is here. I mean, today it's supposed to be what?
Almost 80, I think. I'm
Well,
so excited.
I think we should check in with Jail for that.
We have to. Let's go.
For more on the springtime weather, we're going to go straight to our weather correspondent, Jail Bita. What's up, Jail?
Hey guys, I agree. The weather is warming up and skies are sunny. This Thursday morning, we're looking at the highs near the mid-80s. The day will look to be mostly clear with lows around the 60s. Tomorrow, we'll get some more sunshine, but we'll see some clouds in the evening. Highs will linger near the upper 70s. Lows will hover in the 50s. Some cloudiness to start this upcoming weekend with highs near the 60s, a chance of rain showers in the evening with lows around the 40s. More rain coming Sunday morning with showers continuing in the afternoon. Highs will hover near the mid-50s and lows around 49. Come Monday, we're likely to have some rain showers to start the new week, mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with highs near the upper 60s and lows in the upper 40s. That's it for weather this week. Drew and Caroline, back to you.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
Today we're joined by Emerson artists Eli Picone and Ruth Spear. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
How are you today?
Fantastic. How you guys doing?
We're good.
So good.
We're happy to have you here with us.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So first I want to know, how did this partnership happen? How did you guys start working together on music?
Well, let's see. We started dating, which then led to just kind of sharing, like, you know, what we loved with each other. And then, yeah, no, I had already released this album actually when we met, like, in class. And then, you know, fast forward to the end of the summer, and we were just playing stuff together. And then we just enjoyed, you know, making music together. So we were like, hey, let's do a few new versions of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, music does that.
It's easy when you have two people that like just messing around with music, because that's like one of the easiest things to do is just mess around. So
That's awesome. So you guys inspire each other, but what other inspirations come with making music, I guess?
For sure. I mean, that's funny. We actually talk about that a lot because like our approaches to songwriting is like quite different. Like, I find myself like the only way that I can at least write lyrics is turning off my brain and kind of like meditating and then just like letting metaphors and stuff come out. And then I don't want to speak for you, but Rue's is so good at like isolating a moment. Like,
I'll just be like walking down the street and the melody and the lyrics have always just like happened at the same time for me. So I'll show up to the apartment and I'll be like, oh, I have this new tune. And he's like, okay, cool. Like, that's
literally
awesome. And
half
then we'll
a
work
song
on
just
it.
written.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah, it brews differently, I guess.
Oh.
Bruise.
And a lot of collaboration, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes. So the song that we're going to be hearing, tell us a little bit about where it came from, the idea, the inspiration on that.
For sure, yeah. Cadmium Coffee was like my attempt to make a pop song, something that was more like in line with what people would get stuck in their head, you know, like verse, chorus, like simple. And so I focused, I think I started off with, shamelessly ripped off The Neighborhood, Sweater Weather, and just open it up with, you caught my vibe out the side. It's sung exactly how Sweater Weather is. And then we switch it up and keep it original. But it was really just about having fun and like tapping into that thing that I try not to tap in because it's cliche and you want.
I mean, the first time that I heard the song was actually before the single was released because Eli was here on campus working with the artist that is on the album and on the single recording. And I saw an Instagram story post where they were working on it in a studio. And so I've been like stalking his progress on the album too. And so like I finally got his attention. I got him to start working with me. But yeah, so I've been following it since before it was released, which is just kind of a fun thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, is there anything we can look forward to coming out in the future from you guys?
Well, we got probably in the next month or so, I hope to be putting out a single that's promoting the next album, which will then definitely take its time, as it should, and probably towards the end of the summer, hopefully before the fall of next year, we'll have another album.
Wow.
That's so exciting.
That's soon. And where will it be released or on? Or?
All streaming platforms. Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, we can't wait to hear it. You guys are so great.
Well, thank you so much, guys. We're now going to head to a quick commercial break. But when we get back, Eli and Rue will be performing their song, Cadmium Coffee.
Don't go anywhere.
Nice. Jeez, that's real super. Had a nitwit like you get so tasteful.
I can't believe Lance prefers Brad's commercial to mine. Let's see NBS's commercial.
Having writer's block? Try NBS.
All right, everyone, put those scripts away. We're going up with scene convention canceled in 5. And action.
It was you all along! No. I didn't kill the boy.
Cut.
Struggling with delivery? Try NBS.
It was you all along! It wasn't me. I...
Cut. Everybody hold. Lighting. What's going on?
Need to learn a new crew position? Try NBS.
It was you all along! It wasn't me, okay? I didn't kill the boy. I promise.
Look at the subtle promotions. Tasteful cuts. Oh my gosh. It even fades to black.
Are you okay there, Zach?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cut!
The way I patted the page, I really felt like I was
Welcome back. Here's Eli Picone and Ruth Spear performing Cadmium Coffee.
Take it away.
You caught my vibe out the side of those foggy coffee eyes. This beach is fake, I might be late, starving for that coffee cake. If she dances and she panics, then ooh, that girl must be mine. And if she's stronger than I am, then ooh, that girl must be mine. If she vanishes to look glamorous, then oh, you know that girl is mine. And if we landed on another planet, we're gonna pretend that we planned it. This world's divine, stick by my side. We'll transform everything inside. Make it yours, we'll make it mine. As long as the coffee pours out fine. And the weather up here is perfectly fine. Buoyant atmosphere is oh sublime. This land is ours, together in rhyme. This world is yours, 'cause you made it mine. If she dances and she panics, then ooh, that girl must be mine. And if she's stronger than I am, then ooh, that girl must be mine. If she vanishes to look glamorous, then oh, you know that girl is mine. And if we landed on another planet, we're gonna pretend that we planned it.
Oh, wow, that was so beautiful. Oh, thank you guys so much for being here with us this morning.
And thank you so much for Good Morning Emerson. I'm Drew Mitchell.
And I'm Caroline Reese. We will see you next time.